Okay, anyone who's got their ears on, hi, it's your buddy Oddball. Sorry for the radio silence. After my last broadcast, I kinda got tracked down by Talon, who weren't too happy I kinda sorta bought some files they kinda wanted sorta to have, and yeah, let's just say it's really hard explaining to your landlord why a bunch of techno ninjas show up and shut up your apartment, and why he's not really obliged to give you your deposit back after that. I kinda had to move out of the country. The good news is I'm somewhere nice. There's a beach. It's all very nice. Much nicer, actually, than where I was before. No real internet connection, so I'll just upload it when, I have time. But I wanted to record this real quick because I caught this on the news. There was this break-in in Japan at this old estate called the Shimada estate. Now that rang a bell because I remember mentioning a Shimada clan in my last video. You remember that, right? I thought, oh wow, clan of ninjas, that's totally, they're pulling my leg. Nope. It's true. I took a look through the files and it's all completely true. And there's more to this than just a break-in. This wasn't someone trying to rob the place. This has happened every single year for the past 10 years. I couldn't even believe when I read that. But then I read a little deeper into the Overwatch Files and I put two and two together. So here's the story of the Shimada clan, specifically the Japanese version of Cain and Abel. Hanzo, the elder brother, the archer and the assassin, and Genji, the younger brother, the ninja, the hero. Okay, so backstory. The Shimada clan was established centuries ago. I mean centuries, like way back in the Iron Age or something. They were this clan of assassins whose power just sort of grew over the years. They built this vast criminal empire and profited from lucrative trade in arms and illegal substances. Pick a gun and pick a drug, and they probably peddled it at some point. Now, the eldest son of the family's head, Hanzo, was bound by duty to succeed his father and rule the Shimada criminal empire, which on paper sounds cool, and Hanzo was into that idea. He was trained for responsibility, he displayed this natural aptitude for leadership, and possessed this great understanding of strategy and tactics. If he was running the Shimada clan now, there's no telling how powerful they'd be. Now, this doesn't even touch on the fact that he was a martial arts prodigy. He was great with a sword, not to mention kind of really scary with a bow. This is in sharp contrast to his younger brother. The youngest son of the Shimada clan head, Genji, lived this life of luxury and privilege. While Hanzo was off studying, he was off goofing off and having parties. He didn't really care about the illegal business. Most of his time was spent pursuing this playboy lifestyle. This was a problem for everybody within the Shimada clan. They considered Genji, while carefree, to be a dangerous liability to the future of their family. Really resented his father for coddling and protecting the boy, while Hanzo was just being groomed for success. When his father was out of the way, people had a chance to get rid of Genji too. At the sudden death of his father, the clan elders told Hanzo that he had to straighten out Genji so that he could help rule the Shimada Empire too. Hanzo, he went to Genji, told him he had to take a more active role in the Empire, and Genji just flat out turned him down. Now this pissed off Hanzo, and I mean he was livid. They had this tension building up between them, and finally it exploded. It just led to this violent confrontation on the Shimada clan grounds that left Genji on the verge of death, and Hanzo believing he'd killed his own brother. Yeah, I wasn't kidding about that Japanese Cain and Abel stuff. It just broke Hanzo's heart and just drove him to reject his father's legacy. He abandoned the clan and everything he'd worked so hard to attain. Now that was 10 years ago. Since then, a lot's changed. Now Hanzo, at the time, believed he'd killed his brother, but Genji was rescued by Overwatch and the intervention of Dr. Angela Ziegler. Mercy. Chick with wings, staff, halo, Valkyrie suit. Overwatch saw Genji as this potential asset for combating the Shimada clan, who, without Hanzo's leadership, were still being a thorn in our side. Genji's injuries just left him clinging to life, and Overwatch offered to rebuild his body in exchange for his help. So he was put through this process of cyberization and enhanced his natural speed and agility, augmented those amazing legendary ninja skills. We turned Genji into a living weapon. Which sounds bad when I say it like that, but he single-handedly just dismantled the Empire after that. Now Genji, he wasn't happy just destroying his father's empire, he was less happy with himself. He felt really at war with his own person. He was just repulsed with the mechanical parts of his body, and just really couldn't come to grips with what had happened. When Genji finally dismantled the Shimada clan, he abandoned Overwatch and started wandering the world just trying to find meaning. So he was this cyborg drifter for a lot of years before he crossed paths with the Omnic monk, Zenyatta. If you've heard of this guy, you know he's a good guy. Genji just initially rejected Zenyatta's wisdom, and the monk would just not leave him alone. After a while, Zenyatta became his mentor, and under his tutelage, Genji just sort of reconciled that whole dual existence as both man and machine. He learned to accept that though he had a cyborg body, his human soul was still there. He was still Genji at heart, and he came to see his new form as a gift and this unique strength. Well, while Genji was off finding peace with himself, since, their fight 10 years ago, his elder brother Hanzo has been traveling the world, perfecting his skills as a warrior and attempting to restore his honor, or whatever that means, and put the ghosts of his past to rest. Now, this occasionally means he's been playing on both sides of the law. There's quite a few murder cases that have come up with an arrow in someone's head, and no one has any answers. Well, now you know. Yesterday, they must have had some kind of fight down in Hanamura. I've got reports from the whole thing, and it sounds insane. Okay, this is what I got so far.
You are not the first assassin sent to kill me, and you will not be the last.
You are bold to come to Shimada Castle, the den of your enemies.
This was once my home. Did your masters not tell you who I was?
I know who you are, Hanzo. I know you come here every year on the same day. You risk so much to honor someone you murdered.
You know nothing of what happened!
I know you tell yourself that your brother disobeyed the clan, and that you have to kill him to maintain order. That it was your duty.
It was my duty, and my burden. That does not mean I do not honor him!
You think you honor your brother Genji with incense and offerings? Honor resides in one's actions.
You dare to lecture me about honor? You are not worthy to say his name! You ga waga teki wo kurau! Ryujin no ken wo kure! Only a Shimada can control the dragons. Who are you? Do it then. Kill me.
No. I will not grant you the death you wish for. You still have a purpose in this life, brother.
No. No. My brother is dead. Genji.
The dragon knelt upon the ground. For the first time, he was able to clearly see the world around him, and he became human. The stranger revealed himself as his fallen brother, reunited the two set out to rebuild what they had once destroyed.
What have you become?
I have accepted what I am, and I have forgiven you. Now you must forgive yourself. The world is changing once again, Hanzo, and it's time to pick a side.
Real life is not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you. But I do. Think on that, brother.
Is that cool or what? I can't believe someone was around to get this all on camera. Now with Recall activated, Genji's likely to come and rejoin Overwatch, which would be awesome. I would love to see him again. But if that old story about the twin dragons is true, maybe Hanzo will come with him? I'm not saying Hanzo will, be totally welcome in Overwatch. I mean, there's gotta be, someone to check out his background and make sure he's not here to murder everybody. Because, quite frankly, I don't like the thought of being shot in the head with an arrow. If Genji trusts him, I guess I can too. Alright, that's probably it for this broadcast. I've got to get going before they find out that I'm using this internet again. I'll say one thing for Talon, they're nothing if not persistent. I'll try and contact you guys a lot sooner, alright? For now, it's your buddy Oddball, signing out.